When the sea was full of fish, herrings and cods, driftermen and trawlermen, they spoke of going down to Shetland and up to Dover. For the tide in the North Sea ebbs to north, floods to south. You sit all night on a drifter and literally go down as the tide goes north. It's the first inward tide that shears off cliffs and nesses. Been doing this for 8,000 years, since Doggerland was dry. Since the time of Herne the Hunter and Queen Ursa and their fine black hounds. The dogs who became wardens of the coast, warning people, watching houses, churches, villages topple in the sea, warning by barking, running these cliff-top paths at night. This is the tale of Shuck the black dog and all his family. The old hound is prowling, very attentive, padding quietly on this cliff path, looking at slumped slopes, fallen over years and months and days, taking tracks that previously were far inland. Once sleek, now at times ragged and worn, whiskers grey, eyes often bloodshot, these wardens, just out each night doing an ancient job of vigilance. And by God, Shuck can still run, faster than a gale. And yet, it doesn't seem quite fair. Best friend of the people for all that, over all these centuries, he feels at times like a sparrow flying in one end of life to the other, from darkness to darkness. These days, people seem mired in all sorts of turmoil. The hounds hardly know what to think. Their dilemma? People are just not listening. Oh yes, all sorts of wonders. This tale for the hounds goes back a long way. On fresh nights like this, the descendant guardian hounds, first of Warden, stalk the silent paths from site to site of ancient bloody battle. Shuck's in stuff you would hardly believe. He runs over fen and marsh, down green lane and up again, along the sea bluff to fields that slide fast away, over routes that lead away to cliff edge and cold air. Around each crabbing boat and lobster vessel drawn up high, all their pots in piles. It's on a night like this that Shuck watched Shipton Church clear slide away, then tall side strand tower slip down the steep, far from the fair green corn and fields of poppies. The banded Haysborough lighthouse has seen all the homes of Beach Road go. Of course, Shuck can shriek. He can only do so much to protect the people from themselves. Some people think he's some kind of evil figure with blazing eyes. Some will say that could be Shuck the black dog, the one as big as an angry calf, intent on harm. Some say they can hear the clanking of his chains, or that he's walking without a head, his hot breath in the shadows, which is ridiculous. We're just dogs, he thinks, not something from fiction. On stormy nights like this, it'll be Shuck and his family who are out walking. Over the years, the hounds have spread to countless coasts. The dogs have many names: Old Scar, Skeff, and Old Snarly Yow, and Galley Trot. The hounds of Odin or Woden, commanding wardens of the coast. He's been on trips to Portland Bill to meet Roe Dog, to the Channel Isles to see Dog of Booley, even to Peel Castle to march with the Moose Boog. But the coast is big and wide, and the people are just not heeding. Shuck calls when a coast seems about to fail. At the edge are wheat fields, clawed away and crumbled by the sea. A path leaps to outer space. Old safe ways have fallen far. This night, he passes near to Blythburgh Church, the Marsh Cathedral. There was that night, long before, when he had to burst in, break down the door, let people out. If those parishioners holding new prayer books, if they'd listened, then events might have been more orderly. Still, They mostly did survive. It was a summer's evening. All was mayhem, thunder and lightning flash, humid air. Shuck knew this storm was a bad one. He burst through the south door, under the priest's stone room. Firelit shadows rose and raced, leaping and pulling back. Candles guttered, some flared brightly in the sudden wind. So beneath the wooden angels, high on spans of nave, the chancel roof he howled, ran down the aisle from font to pulpit, past the carved poppy heads and robins on the warden's staffs. He roared, stood right where today is a crucifix carved by a local fisherman from a piece of doggerel dredged from sea. The parish people panicked, but at least they moved. They spiraled to the north and south walls, and now a rumble started in all their bones. The whole steeple toppled. It crashed through the roof, pieces landing on the empty benches. The sound stunned the people. The rain began to fall inside the church. Shuck clawed at the locked northern door, forced the swollen oak timbers open. The survivors dashed out to safety in the storm. His night work was done. He slipped away to check the tide along the river walls. The people changed their tune. This sorrow must have been caused by demons. Left on the door, the claw marks were a warning. Oh, come on, Shuck still thinks. If I hadn't roared, you'd still be sat there. The steeple would have crushed you. It's all a bit maddening after all these years. Meanwhile, summer advances. The trees are full in leaf. On the bare cliff at Flinty Beast and Regis Church, by the ancient priory where monks can still be heard singing to the sea, the moon rises from the ocean at the winter solstice, a glittering path to the far horizon. Each summer solstice, on the old Queen Ursa's birthday at dusk, the family of hounds returns to gaze upon their windows at the churchyard, a robin singing from a gravestone. Certainly, says Shuck, tomorrow's another day, and the views along the coast are gorgeous at this time of summer. The year's been busy, the job's imposing, longer hours, more people to warn. It's not time to retire, is it? Shuck and his family, his faithful wife and their 4 sons and daughters, they look up. The wind is blowing sand over their paws. And there, in the centre of 2 stained glass windows, are their portraits. All 6 of them, looking north towards the sea, rolling their eyes.